All right, getting ready for my last interview guest of the evening. Hip hop artist out here in KY, Jon X Kennedy, is with me right now. What's good, man?
Yo, 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 yo.
How's it
How you
going?
doing, man? How you doing?
Good, good. Thank you for being on the show this evening, and Happy New Year's to you.
Happy New Year to you as well, man. What we getting into tonight?
Well, we're going to get to your music. We're going to get to what's going on in the world of Jon X Kennedy. We'll get into a variety of things. How did you get started as a hip hop artist? How did it start off for you?
Man, I guess I got the regular kind of millennial story for today. I just got a MacBook Pro when I was 17, and I just started kind of recording from there. Had to learn on my own. I didn't really have anybody to point me in the right direction, so I just kind of started messing around with different things and trying to carve out a lane for myself from there.
You very much took matters into your own hands, pretty much, and that definitely
Sure.
shows that this is what I want to do, and I'm gonna go for it, whether you like it or not. And for what I've seen, and for what I've heard, you have quite the following. You got a buzz about you, and it shows. You know, you're on the grind, you're doing your thing. You know, shout out to all the local artists that's doing their thing. Um, for you in particular, like who are some of your musical influences, those that inspired you to do what you're doing right now?
Oh, man, first and foremost, thank you for all the kind words and everything. But in terms of people that have kind of been role models for me when it comes to music, I would have to say artists like J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar really kind of helped me when I was probably 17 or 18 kind of decide how I wanted to go about this music industry thing. I mean, I kind of try to learn something from everybody. So people like Nipsey Hussle, who's an independent, well, he's been an independent artist for about 10 years and came out with those guys as well, but he's just now getting his opportunity to shine. I mean, you can really see the fruits of his labor after all that time and how he owns a lot of his own masters and things like that. So I try to pick things from a lot of these different artists. But musically, I've always just listened to a lot of different things. Being from Kentucky, we kind of are a melting pot of ideas and influences and culture. So I kind of always just listen to everything from Lil Wayne to like, and my whole family's from Jamaica, so my mother always was just listening to straight reggae or R&B, you know. So I was always just trying to listen to whatever I could, whenever I could, and I think that shows in my music.
Wow, families from Jamaica. That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Have you ever got a chance to be at Jamaica? Have you got a chance to be there before?
Yeah, a few times. I actually just got back. I went in November. It was my grandfather's 97th birthday. So we went up there
Wow.
just to have a big celebration. I got to see all my cousins and people I haven't seen since I was a kid. So it was definitely a great time.
Now that is a birthday celebration right there. Just to be in that
Right?
atmosphere, you know, that's pretty dope. Now for you in 2019 in particular, what do you have planned? Any new music? Any upcoming shows people need to keep an eye on? Like, what does Jon X Kennedy have in the works for 2019?
Man, anybody that knows me knows I've always been a textbook perfectionist. And so I'm really hard on myself when it comes to releasing music. I make a ton of stuff because I have a home studio that I work out of, but I just never release it. So I've just been kind of hoarding. But my mom gave me some good words the other day, and it was kind of just like, shut up and just do it if you're going to do it, you know? That was kind of the gist of it, the way I took it. And so this year is going to be a really big year for me. If those have been following me from at least 2016, they know that year 2017, I did this series called Free by Friday, where I released a brand new song, original song, every single Friday for all 52 weeks on SoundCloud just for free for the fans and things like that. But so 2018, I kind of took a step back and wanted to see how things were going to go and watch how industry trends, that type of thing. But I think this year I'm really just kind of stepping into my own skin and let people see really how hard we've been working and all the different things I have my hands in. So I'm really excited just to, keep pushing forward.
Wow, so you basically, like, that year just released a song per Friday every single week. for an entire calendar year.
For an entire calendar year, yes.
I know I've been supporting local music for a couple of years, and clearly I missed out on that. So I'm gonna have to go look at SoundCloud and check those songs out, man. So that's pretty cool, and for a guy like yourself to do that, it shows that and you know how fans are so intrigued. They always want to hear some music, let alone new music. It's like they're hungry, for music. And I tell people like the music is dope, but these artists they don't just rush it. They take their time with it. It's like
Right.
it's like being a chef. Like you order that well done steak. Like you want to make sure it's on point.
Right. You got to curate.
You gotta make sure it not just look good, but it's gonna taste good once you put it in your mouth. So you're in the studio countless times, bar for bar, verse for verse, chorus, everything. Make sure it sounds good, And I respect people like you that's doing their thing and not rushing it. And you mentioned Nipsey Hussle, who I've been a fan of since his mixtapes days. And to see him getting the acknowledgement that that he's been getting since the release of Victory Lap, I'm happy for that brother and his Grammy nomination. And he was such a big name independently, and people wanted to rush his album. Like, no, I'm gonna do it my way. And it paid
Right.
off. It paid off for him. He seems like an intelligent dude. Like he's not just some game banging rapper or whatever. He
Right.
knows what he's talking about. So he's got something going for him. And obviously, like mainstream, there's a lot of ways to go with that. There's people that wants to do their own music, and then you got the record labels want to get in the way of that creativity, and that can be a struggle. Obviously, you being a local artist, what do you consider the biggest challenge you face as an artist that's trying to get the music out there?
I mean, honestly, that's a really good question. Honestly, I think that watching artists like Nipsey Hussle and just how he took his time with it and how he was able to slowly but precisely, methodically build his team from the ground up to the point where he had enough equity to his name, right? His brand recognition was there.
Yeah.
And he had enough actual money in his pocket that he could walk into any building. Plus, the raps are great. So when you come with a project that's amazing musically and then across the board, everybody on your team is working because you've been working together for so long and you understand it from the inside out, I think it not necessarily makes it easier, but it puts you in a position where you don't have to compromise yourself for certain things that others who get it quicker might have to. So for me, the challenge is figuring out how I want to create the reality I want to live in and what things I want to accept and the type of people I want to have in my team and those type of things. I think everything else will come once I figure it out myself.
That's good to know. It's not just the direction, it's having the money for it. Cause, money, it don't come cheap whatsoever. Right. And I feel like there are some artists out there that gets it, like a J. Cole, a Kendrick, and so many others. And then there's people out there that just, and it's just not just the music, it's the people that you surround yourself with. Because people are going to be like, they don't walk with you, but then once you get that big hit, and then here they come like, oh, what's up, man? I was walking with you the whole time. People do change when, you passionate about something and you see good things happening. Now you being an artist yourself, have you ever dealt with those type of people, like acting like they don't walk with you, but then once you start getting buzzed, they come out of nowhere, literally?
we all go through different things like that throughout the course of our lives, you know. I'm sure we've all dealt with those type of situations. I would say that whenever those type of things happen, though, you just got to be prepared. And like I said initially, if your team and your solid core, 3 to 4 people are solid, and you guys all stand for the same thing, you can really withstand through anything.
So, John, for people that wants to hear your music and keep in touch with you social media-wise, why don't you go ahead, promote your social media feeds, and where can people hear your music?
All right, cool. All right, Jon X Kennedy, JonXKennedy on everything. That's Instagram, Jon X Kennedy on Twitter, Jon X Kennedy on Snapchat, Jon X Kennedy on Spotify, Apple, Tidal, SoundCloud, everything. Spotify right now, if you go there, I have a project from last February. It's called Songs About My XX. There's a trilogy. So Songs About My XXX is coming out this February on the 13th. So keep an eye out for that. It's going to be crazy. We're doing it all the way big for that one. You have to go listen to the second one. The first one's only on Audio Mac because of a situation I was in. But if you want to listen to the second one, you can go see that anywhere, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, anything. Also, I want to shout out my brand. It's All Real Talent, ART. It's a little in-house brand that we built. We've got merch and clothing right now, but we're looking to build a team. We're looking for more photographers and more videographers. So if you're interested, email me at jonxkennedybooking@gmail.com.
Well, John,
also.
Oh, go ahead, man.
I'm sorry. I also have services. I'm a part-time engineer or full-time, depending on the project. So if you need services like that, or if you need graphic designing or photography, also jonxkennedybooking@gmail.com. Thank you.
It was great having you on the show. Thank you so much for being on. Continued success. I'm looking forward to that project in February, and keep doing you, man. And hopefully we'll see each other in the music show down the road. Thanks for your time.
For sure, man. Thank you.